Hey, what's up, guys? Houston here. Look, if you're stressing out because you're unemployed and your bills are piling up and you're trying to figure out what's the best place to go to try to possibly get a loan, I'm going to show you my top 10 places. Now, the first one is Upgrade, all right? And the reason Upgrade is because of their scoring system. All right. Now, as you can see, they go from 1,000 up to 50,000. But one thing about Upgrade, they use TransUnion FICO 9. And as you can see, you actually can do a pre-approval without getting a hard inquiry on the credit. So what they're going to do, they're going to use the third-party financial credit bureaus in order to do that. And I explain that later on. But at the same time, the reason that I'm looking at Upgrade is because one, if you have a debt to income ratio up to 75%, including the mortgage, they're still willing to work with you. Your banks and credit unions are not going to do that for you. They'll go up to 50, 55%. The only credit union that I'm aware of is possibly PenFed up to 60 and NASA up to 60. Those are the probably only two credit unions that may be able to work with you beyond that. All right. Now, again, because it's a FICO 9 scoring with Upgrade, that means that it's okay to have the rental payments showing on the credit file. You can have the authorized users. Now, let me say something about these authorized users. I would tell you if you have authorized users on the credit file, those authorized users should not be over 10% utilization. The reason is if you go, people said 30, I'd say 10 because you want the highest impact on your credit score to keep the credit score up. But if you have an authorized user and somebody using it is over 30%, that's dragging down your credit. Okay. So that's the reason why I would tell you to be careful. If you need authorized users, type authorized users below and we can schedule a one-on-one consultation. That being said, getting back to this personal loan, the average income for Upgrade, I would tell you guys to make the minimum income should be between 20 to $30,000. All right, that's the minimum. Now, some people said that they were able to get it when they had less than that, but I'm just telling you to be able to consider a secure a loan, a higher loan. I would say between 20 to 30 minimum credit score. Excuse me, income. The next lender I would definitely take into consideration is NetCredit. Now, here's the thing about it with NetCredit. As you can see, they offer the personal loans up to 10,000, as well as they offer these here lines of credit up to 4,500. Now, I always tell people when you find a lender that's offering you a loan as well as a line of credit, you may be able to get both. All right. But if you're not able to get both, I would probably choose the line of credit over the loan. And the reason is because it's revolving. And once you actually use it and you pay it down, you can actually borrow it again. Number two is that they actually only charge you interest on what you actually use. With your loan that you're borrowing from that credit, you have to remember that they're charging you interest on the whole loan. Now, here's the thing about it. As you can see, they offer a pre-approval as well. Now, the thing about it, once you accept the loan, then they're going to pull Experian. But the pre-approval, again, they're going to use the third-party credit bureaus in order to determine what's your availability. Now, one of the bigger things about those third-party credit bureaus, so here's Teletrack, okay? So Teletrack is owned by Equifax. All right. And so this is a financial credit bureau for some of you all that may not be aware. All right. So say that you move from apartment A to apartment B. Well, when you move from apartment A to apartment B, guess what? Teletrack, just like these other financial credit bureaus that I'll talk about in a minute, they got the old data, right? And so by them having the old data, so when you put in an application to get approved for a loan, well, guess what? They have the old data. They don't have the new data. And so this can get you denied. So it may not be because of the credit score. And most of the time, it's not because of the credit score, it's because of the data that's actually on the application and with the third party financial credit bureau. I have another one, which is Clarity Services, which is owned by Experian. They keep this data as well. And yes, you can get your report. And this is everything that's all about you. They have all this data on you. So you can actually see your report. That by law, they have to give you your report, okay? So don't think you can't get access to it. Yes, you can get access to it. But once you see your report, then you can correct this information so it'll make it much easier for you to get approved for a car loan, a personal loan. Um, you may trying to get a credit card that you got denied for, something like that. And it, again, like I said, a lot of times it may not be because of the credit score, it's because of the information that these companies are holding. Data X, okay? And so Data X is owned by Equifax as well. You also have Factor Trust, and Factor Trust is owned by TransUnion. All right. Now, with some of these lenders, they may go for as using LexisNexis to verify your information. And most of the time, again, they're looking at this information to make sure you're not scammy, make sure that the information is accurate, making sure that you have not had a loan with them in the past and you filed bankruptcy on. So there's a couple things that they're looking for, but most of the time it's not about the credit score. Another place that you possibly can get a loan when you are unemployed is through op loans, okay? And as you can see here, that loans go from 300 up to 10,000. Now, here's the thing about it for op loans. Again, they are a CDFI, a Community Development Financial Institute, all right? And so what that means is that they work with people in higher risk communities that make it hard for them to get loans and stuff. Now, you can actually get this loan even if you don't have a social security number. All right. They're still willing to work with you. Now, again, for a loan like this, they state that the minimum income, all you need is at least $500 a month. Okay. After taxes. All right. So this is one that you can definitely take a look at. Now, I wanted to share a resource. This is findhelp.org. So, for you guys that are struggling to get food on the table, to get the rent paid, the utilities paid, and stuff, what you would do, you would come to findhelp.org, you would put in your zip code, and it would tell you all the programs in your community that may be able to help you. All right. So if you're on unemployment, of course you're going to need help. So this is one of the best resources to see if they can help you. Another lender that may be able to help you when you're on unemployment is Prosper. Now, here's the thing about it with Prosper. I'm going to go into a full review of it in a separate video. But with Prosper, it is a peer to peer lender. Okay. And so the thing about it, you have to have at least two trade lines on the file. All right. The credit file has to be at least 2 years old. Now, in terms of aging the credit file to make the file 2 years old, one of the best hacks to help you age your credit file, you can do rent reporters, okay? And they will report your monthly rent plus they will backdate the amount of time you actually been paying your rent. So if you've been paying your rent for the past 2 years or 3 years or whatever, that'll be the original date the account was open. Okay. And so that actually ages the file. Also, again, you can add authorized users. There's certain authorized users, not all, but there's certain authorized users you can add that would actually give you a backdated open account so that way you can have an aged credit file. And if you need help with that, you can reach out and schedule a one-on-one consultation to help age the credit file. Now, going back to Prosper, here's the thing about it. The minimum income they want you to have is at least 15,000 annually after taxes. Okay, so the average income people have been above 30,000, but the minimum is 15. Okay, and as you can see, you can actually do a pre-approval for this here type of loan as well. So you're not worrying about the hard pull on the credit. Another lender that you may want to check out, because they do work with people with high debt to income ratio up to 70%, including the mortgage, is achieved. And as you can see, the minimum credit score with them is at least a 620 credit score. Okay. Now, please understand they're not in all 50 states. Now, with some of these lenders, they may tend to want to ask you for pay stubs or proof of income and stuff like that. Well, if you're on unemployment, of course, if you have direct deposits and stuff, then you're able to share your banking information. But what happens if you're an entrepreneur and you don't have a regular 9 to 5? How do you actually produce proof of income? Well, as of March, we have the March Madness program going on, right? And so we actually do give you 6 free months of payroll. When you originally officially sign up for the payroll, we give you 6 free months. Plus, we give you a 30-minute consultation. Plus, we also do a free credit repair analysis for you. Plus, we give you 6 months of workman's comp pay by pay, and it's a zero setup fee. So we actually offer you this to actually help you to be able to show proof of income for those of you that are interested. Like I said, with Achieve, they will allow you to borrow up to 50,000. And the thing about it, here's what their interest rates are. All right, 8.99 to 35.99. All right. And as you can see here, it says, do I need perfect credit? I just told you, you don't need perfect credit. Minimum credit score, just keep in mind, is a 620. Another place you guys may want to check out is LendNation. Now, understanding with some of these lenders, again, it's not in all 50 states, and I'll show you what states they service in a minute. They offer a line of credit up to 10,000. That's the thing about it that I'm telling you guys. Looking for those lenders that offer the line of credit. That way, if they give you 10,000, you only use 5,000. They only pay you, charge you interest on what you actually use. Now, they offer the line of credit, and they also offer an installment loan. So the installment loan is up to 4,000. Again, like I told you guys, if they offered a line of credit, I would choose the line of credit over the installment loan. All right. Now, here's all of the states that they actually offer loans to. So if you're in one of these here states, they will be able to help you. And yes, like I said, they work with people that are unemployed. Another place for you guys that are unemployed, this is ZippyLoans. They are a platform, and as you can see, they offer loans from 100 up to $15,000. All right. Now, again, because they use the third party financial credit bureaus when they're trying to match you up with a lender. All right. It's very important. The information on your application is as accurate as possible. Okay. Make sure that you have an active bank account. All right. And that's another thing. For some people, you may have Chime as your bank or whatever. You can also reach out and see if they actually will accept Chime in order to give you a loan. All right, but this is a platform. They're not a direct lender. Here's another place that you guys may want to check out, and this is Reprise Financial. All right, and as you can see, they go from 2,500 up to 25,000. Again, they're not in all 50 states. Another thing that you have to understand, you can do a pre-approval. All right. But once you actually accept the loan, then they're going to do a hard pull on your experience. Now, I want to tell you guys, because some of you guys may just be entrepreneurs. Well, the thing about it with Reprise Financial, they do not work with entrepreneurs. Okay. You actually have to have a registered business that actually paying you a check. That's the reason I was telling you guys, this is why this here is so important, because a lot of people don't think that it's possible if you're an entrepreneur, to get higher lines of credit, higher loans, to be able to qualify for a mortgage, to get a new car and stuff. But you have to be a registered business and to show proof of income. And that's the reason why we offer this service here. Like I was telling you, in terms of for us looking at the credit report and stuff like that, as you can see, Clarity, which is owned by Experian. This is the reason why they're not going to do a hard pull on the credit. They're going to look at your clarity. They'll report to Experian and TransUnion, but they'll look at the clarity report to make sure that you are not scamming. All right. And if you have a direct deposit, they're going to use Plaid. So this is why I continue to tell you guys most of the time it's not about the credit score. It's more likely is about the information on the application. Now, I would say this for an institution like this, I still would probably be cautious and go in with at least a 620 credit score. Another platform that may be able to help you is Green Dollar Loans. All right. So with the Green Dollar Loans platform, as you can see, they go from 100 up to $5,000, and you can see what the interest rates are. They have very good interest rate, 5.99 to 35.99. Now, here's the thing about it. They do have tribal lenders on their platform as well that may be flexible when you have unemployment, when you have disability benefits. Now, I would say for a lender like this, the minimum income you want to have is at least $1,000 after taxes in order to qualify for a lender like this. Okay. Another place that would be willing to work with you if you're on unemployment is Avant. Okay. And so as you can see, the loans go from 2,000 up to 35,000, and the interest rate is 9.99 to 35.99. It's from 24 months up to 60 months. All right. Now, the minimum credit score for Avant is usually about a 580 credit score. The minimum income for them is usually about 12,000. Okay, about 12,000. Now, I would tell you again, I would probably look at it around 20,000 instead of 12,000. So that gives you a lot more cushion to be expected to get qualified for a loan. And yes, you can do a pre-approval with this lender. Now, one other resource for you guys that have a paid off car or you're paying on your car and you have equity in it, then you may want to take a look at Yendo because they will offer you a loan up to $10,000, okay, against your car. Now, the interesting thing about this, and I want to tell you guys, if you are unemployed, all right, and you currently making your car payment or you're paying on a loan and stuff, if they're with a credit union or a bank or just a direct lender for your car loans and stuff, call them and ask them would they put the loan, put that monthly payment on the back end, okay? And so if you do the back end payment, that way you don't miss the payment, you won't be late with the payment, and it won't screw up your credit score because you're going to need your credit in order to get qualified for other loans and stuff, or at least to make sure that if you need funding down the road, at least you know that you have a good credit score to work with. All right. Now, I hope this video helps you. If you have any questions about business credit funding, personal credit funding, removing negative items off the credit, click the link in the description. Schedule a one-on-one consultation. Thank you.